Today is Monday, January 23rd, 2017. And over the weekend, I did a live show right here on my channel where I discussed with many of you. I forgot who the caller was specifically that I was talking to, but I talked about how I did a segment on RT, which was on Thursday of last week, where we talked about the whole hypothetical situation that CNN reported on their actual network. What if somebody was to hurt Donald Trump? What would happen? Could it be Obama, the third term, etc.? And I talked about how inflammatory that was. And I think the caller was kind of echoing a lot of what I said. Now, what I want to do is go ahead and show you that clip in which we talked about this very same incident before my live show on my channel. This was Thursday of last week, where we talked about this on RT, which was a live segment. And I'm getting the video now. I thank people over there at RT, my people in Moscow, for doing a great job in producing this. I definitely appreciate the experience. I enjoyed it. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into the video. And after the video was over, I want to get your response. What do you think about it? Do you think that I'm correct, incorrect? How do you think the mainstream media will be able to continue on and not become a dinosaur like the VHS tape or the 8-track tape? So again, without further ado, go ahead and roll it.
All right, let's now cross live to political and social commentator Anthony Brian Logan to get his thoughts on this CNN story. Thanks for being with us here on RT International. So, I mean, if we get right down to it, I mean, there is some interest in what, people might want to know what would happen in this case. But what is the actual motive behind CNN airing this type of story? Because, well, it wasn't really a throwaway comment, was it? It was an entire segment.
Well, I think the motive is pretty clear. I think that CNN has a personal bias against Donald Trump because of what has gone on throughout the entire campaign. There's been a lot of anger and a lot of resistance from the leftist mainstream media against Donald Trump. And then recently, let's not forget how you had a reporter from CNN have a little conflict with Donald Trump during the press conference, which made the news. And it kind of delegitimized CNN as a network. So this could be a personal vendetta, like beyond just politics, just more about a person-to-person issue. So I think that has a lot to do with it. And also just the mainstream media is biased against Donald Trump in general.
What about the dangers of broadcasting something like this, these types of stories? Is it possible to say that CNN should be more responsible?
Oh, absolutely. And it's very dangerous because people hear these things, they take it to heart. And they say, wait a minute, what if we hurt Donald Trump? What would happen? Could we still get Obama a third term in office? Because people aren't all the way educated all the time. And they hear things like that and they take it a certain way. See, those of us that understand the law, those of us that understand how politics work, we know that what they said was just completely fanciful and wouldn't happen. But to somebody that does not understand politics, like those of us that are really in it, they don't know that, so it can really create a dangerous environment for Donald Trump to be in.
Now, anti-Trump protests are currently underway in Washington, D.C. Other planned events across the country tomorrow and on Saturday as well. Do you think that the hostile narrative pushed by the American mass media is a contributing factor to these protests?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's been that way for a long time. Before Donald Trump started to run, I think it's been a plan that's been in motion for some years now. And it really has kind of creeped up during the whole the Black Lives Matter protest that started right around 2014 with Ferguson, Missouri and Michael Brown, the hands up, don't shoot thing. The media really was there stoking the fires of that. They were there on the ground. They were covering a lot of small incidents and blowing them up. They really made it more than what it was, in my opinion, to get ratings. And then now it's not only for people to watch their networks, which are failing sometimes, but also to get people just against Donald Trump, against the right. I think they're trying to campaign right now for 2020 to get people against him. So then when 2020 comes around, they'll have a better chance of being able to put who they want into office rather than somebody on the right.
What about these protests themselves? Do you think they signal some sort of a national divide? We know that America has been accused of being more divided than ever, political and social issues. What do you think? Do you think that America is divided, as the media says?
Well, not really. Not really. I think you see a lot of people on TV and you see a lot of division on TV, on the mainstream media. Like I said before, the mainstream media wants to go to these places where you have events happening and then highlight them and blow them up more than what they are, to represent that as just what happens as the norm of everyday America. But just being outside, just being in the street, it's not like that. You know, people don't really talk about politics every day. The average person is not really politically inclined. So I don't think there's that much division. I think a lot of the protests are people that have been paid to protest, that have been shuttled into Washington, D.C. There's been ads all over the country saying, hey, if you go to D.C. and protest, we'll give you a certain amount of money. You know, I think that's part of it. And also people that have been antagonized to go protest that want to, certain little, special interest groups, the Black Lives Matter, all these other groups that want to go, they'll go. But for the average American, it's not like that, really.
All right. Very interesting to hear your thoughts. Anthony Brian Logan, a political and social issues commentator. Thanks for being with us here on RT International.
Thank you for having me. All right. So you made it to the end. I'm still here. I don't have too much more to add. Like I said before the video rolled, I just want to be able to get your reaction, your response to the whole thing. Do you think my assertion is correct? Do you think that there needs to be more responsibility as far as the mainstream, I like to call them the lamestream media? Do you think they need to have more responsibility to not air things like that? Because people may take that the wrong way and internalize. People that are not really educated, people that may have hate in their heart as well, may take it as kind of a propaganda and maybe a call to arms, a call to action. Is that what you think? Do you think I'm correct with my assertion, or do you think that I'm incorrect? Do you disagree? If you disagree, please give me a detailed response as to why you disagree in the comments below. If it's good, I may respond to you. And also, I do a live show every Saturday right here on my YouTube page where I got live callers. If you want to debate me about the situation, if you want to give your 2 cents on why you disagree, please call. Don't just be so shy to be in the comment box. I want you to call and let your voice be heard. I know it's hard to get through. Shout out to everybody that called. I had over 100 calls that I was able to see in the queue, probably a lot more than that within a 2.5 hour period. I thank all of y'all for being patient, but definitely keep trying to call, and I will make it my duty to try to get you through and to be able to get your voice heard. And as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to RT for allowing me on their platform. I definitely appreciate it. I definitely enjoyed the experience, and it was good to be able to get out to a wider audience of people all over the world. And I thank also Tommy Loren for having me on her show on August of last year. That was definitely a big thing for me to be on TV on the Blaze Network. I thank Glenn Beck and all the back-end staff guys that helped me on that show and on RT. I definitely appreciate all of you all. And I also appreciate a lot of the other smaller channels and people that have come to me to be able to have me on their platform. Everybody from the UTEP College Republicans to O'Shea to our Big Dumb Mouth podcast to the Johnny Rocket Launchpad and anyone else I missed. My viewers, my subscribers, my Patreon supporters, my PayPal donators, everybody that watches my video. I thank all of you all for allowing me to be able to have a voice, to be able to get an alternative point of view from the Black community and as an American in general. Whatever your comments are, let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.